All right, well, welcome everyone to Raven's Purge, a campaign for Forbidden Lands. Now, I have owned these books and this campaign since they came out. I don't even know how long ago that was, like 2020 or so, 2019, something like that. And been wanting to play this ever since. So I've done some one shots with Forbidden Lands, but I'm finally going to dig into Raven's Purge. And I know three of you have gone partway through the campaign, I believe, but not finished it. And I think this is a first for two of us. So there may be some repetitive details that some of you may have already heard, but I may try and put my own spin on it. So hopefully we can make this just as unique as possible, and we can all have a good time with it. So let's just start out right in the middle of the action. I've got a little intro piece. Now we are currently situated. Let me take us to the map here in the village of Fairview. And Fairview is in the Raven Land, which has been renamed the Forbidden Lands. This is a place where elves and dwarves lived, humans came, and just as when any groups that might share different beliefs meet, there was trouble and strife. And over the last several centuries, we have all basically been held to our own community. No one could go out at night and leave because of the blood mist that rose 300 or so years ago. And anyone that was out at night when the mist rose, if they could not return home, they often perished. There was only a few that seemed to be able to escape the mist. And so for the most part, no one has really left home, or at least not within half a day's journey, because they would need a half a day to come back. And so we grew up essentially trapped in our own community. Now, the mist lifted recently, and it seems to have been free for a few months now, and a few people have started coming and going, and every now and then we'll get visitors to town, people that we've never met that may live just miles away, but now we're able to share information, stories, and legends. And many are the legends that our ancestors held about these lands of great cities or fortresses that, for all we know, could be myth, or they could still be there, still filled with treasure, as the elders in the village seem to say. Now, some of us have made a few journeys out of town. Some of us have gone to the Dowd farm at the behest of the innkeeper here in Fairview to go and collect some silver, and that was a one-shot that I ran with a few of you. And some have been into the arena forest to a place called Hagash Hollow to try and help an old woman rescue her husband. But for the most part, many of us have not traveled far beyond the borders of Fairview. Now, Fairview sits along a nice river called the Wash. At least that's what we call it in Fairview. It runs from Fairview, it runs from the west towards the east, and we trust that it would run to the sea at some point. But most of this land is new and different to us as we go out and explore. Now, Forbidden Lands, this is a game not of superheroes and great noble deeds. This is a game of reavers. This is a game of people out trying to make a name for themselves, collect money, live a better life than they had before, and some of those that are just touched with the desire to go out and explore and see what else the wide world has in store for us. Now, we will start at the Old Crow's Rest. This is the tavern in our village of Fairview. And the hearth crackles low in the Old Crow's Rest, a squat, smoke-stained tavern crouched beside the muddy road like it has done for longer than anyone remembers. The beams overhead are black with age, carved with tally marks, old names, and symbols whose meanings have long been forgotten. Outside, the night is clear. Clear. This is something new for many of us. Clear is something that many of us would have been unthinkable not long ago, because for nearly 300 years no one traveled after dusk. When the sun fell, the blood mist rose, thick, red, and angry. Those caught outside never returned. Doors were barred, prayers were whispered, and the world shrank to the distance between hearth and bed. But the mist has been gone for almost a year now, and at first no one believed it. But then came the travelers, strangers with strange accents, scarred folk from lands spoken of only in half-remembered stories. Each arrival brings rumors of ruins no one has walked in generations, of roads swallowed by forest, of ancient evils stirring now that the land can breathe again. Tonight the tavern is fuller than usual. Locals huddle close, listening more than they speak. A single outsider sits near the fire, a peddler, road worn and sharp eyed, his wagon parked outside like a promise. He has been drinking, and with each cup his voice grows louder, his story darker. At last, someone asks him where he's been. The peddler wipes his mouth, leans forward, and begins. Blessed benefactor, you delivered us from the monster. Who has ever beheld such magic? I says to the stranger outside my wagon. And then he pauses and glances around the room, lowering his voice as if afraid the mist might hear him still. I said that from inside my wagon. And I didn't step out until the last red wisps were torn away by the evening wind. And he shakes his head, his eyes reflecting the firelight. The stranger outside only grunted. That wasn't magic, they said. I merely spoke a truth in the native tongue of those that could understand. And a few of the locals here in the inn shift uneasily at the tale. I had a jewelry box spill in the fight, the peddler goes on. An amethyst, finest I owned, still dripping blood. It lay in the floor of the wagon. Why, I picked it up and I held it out. I offered it as a reward. Said it was worth more to me than my left nut. And there's a nervous chuckle. But the stranger, he dropped it into the dirt like it was nothing. And the tavern grows silent. They said they were searching for an emerald. Viridia's heart, they called it. Gall Eye. Said Viridia and her 5 elven siblings once ruled this land before it broke. Their heartstones were set into a crown named Stanengist, worn by Ravenland's kings. The peddler leans closer, seeing that everyone is now in his rapt attention. Gold, power, or friendship, the stranger told me. Stanengist can grant all 3, depending on what you want most. And someone in town whispers, a fairy tale. And the peddler's smile fades as he recalls the stranger's next words. They said defiant Marigal stole the crown 1,000 years ago, scattered the stones across the land, and that when Stanengist was lost, Ravenland fell. And finally, someone in the tavern asks, who was this stranger? And the peddler swallows hard. When I asked, he says, those yellow eyes looked right through me, like they were pulling thoughts out of my skull. And he takes a final drink. I am Marigal, the stranger said. And then they walked into the night. The fire pops. Outside, the road lies open, dark, silent, and waiting. And this is where we begin. Now, seated around the hearth, we've got a cast of characters. Let's take a moment to just introduce those characters. Let me grab our... Oh, come on, where's my... Sorry, I lost my map here. There we go. Let's go back to our main map. We've got 5 characters with us. Nerdrum, let's start with you. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Nerdrum is about average height, about 5'11". He looks a little crazed. He's kind of like a middle-aged Doc Brown from Back to the Future, like with that crazy look in his eyes and crazy hair. Kind of like Einstein hair. He's a sorcerer, and so he's got robes, long robes around him, earthy toned robes. I wouldn't I wouldn't call him evil per se, but he is kind of selfish and greedy. Like he's sort of on a quest for more knowledge for the sake of just personal power.
Excellent. Now, do you know the others gathered here at the table? Did
Um,
you all grow up here? Do you suppose, or and we can each tell our own tale? Are you from here, or are you a traveler that has come to this town?
uh, how big is this town?
It's pretty small, maybe 100 people.
Uh, I may have traveled because I do have some magical training, so I would have come from somewhere that I would have been able to have gotten some magical training.
Okay.
Um, so I might be from somewhere else.
Okay. How about Roderick Hearthstone?
Yes, Roderick Hearthstone is a blacksmith's apprentice. He's lived in this town much of his life. He's tall and lean, but ready for adventure, and he wants to set out to seek glory and to see what the world has to hold. And he doesn't know many of the folks here, but he's sure that they will pay for his drinks, and that means that they have his loyalty.
And when I think you said you're young. When you say young, are you about how old?
He's in his younger 20s.
Okay. And then we've got, is it Sirash or Sirach? How would you pronounce that?
Iraq. I mean,
Sirach?
either way.
Either way.
Yeah, either way.
He answers to Sir. Go ahead and
Yeah, exactly.
tell us a little bit about Sirash. Or Sirach.
Undisclosed with the other people. I don't know what race they are, but he's half elf, and it's probably hard to identify him quickly in that manner because he's got distinct features of both.
Maybe leans more to the human side.
I would say he does, and he looks middle-aged, and for a half elf, that's older than a human middle-aged.
Right.
I guess the first two characters were human. I take it.
I think Roderick is human for sure, and Nerdrum is also a half elf.
Yeah, Nerdrum's half elf.
Half elf also. He's well traveled, well experienced in the wilds, I would say, and has come from, far outside of town, and is continuing to look for not necessarily adventure. I think similar to the mage, he kind of craves power in a personal way. And I know Nordstrom said that he's not evil, but just to remind everybody, there's no alignment in the game, which
Right.
I can appreciate because there's not strict guidelines. Oh, your character wouldn't do that because he's not evil, or your character wouldn't do that because he's good. So in a way, I find that good for this game.
Mm-hmm.
What else? He's rather tall, easily over 6 feet. Very plainly dressed also, and very little equipment. You only see a staff and backpack, and there's a few things contained in that backpack you can see because there is somewhat of a bulge in the backpack.
Nice.
So he has some supplies, but it looks like his equipment is somewhat lacking.
Excellent.
Maybe not for a lack of experience in life, just maybe for a lack of discovery of anything maybe of interest to this point.
And how about Wendelin?
Gwendolyn has lived here all her life. Everybody knows her. She is very, very petite, almost frail looking, like as if she sneezed too hard, she would lose both of her hit points and die. She definitely is enamored with Iraq because he is what she wants to be. She has learned everything there is to know within half a day's travel from here, and she wants to see the world and learn more about, nature and all the flora and fauna that is more than half a day away. And at the same time, she is just an over energetic half elf that just like, as soon as her eyes open, she hits the ground running and she wants to find somebody to talk to. And every single person in this village has already heard about the story of Hag's Hollow, and she just answers everything. Oh yeah, that's like that one time at Hag's Hollow.
People want new
And
stories.
yes, she can be so endearing yet so annoying at the same time. And as the peddler is talking, she just nonchalantly picks up Roderick's plate of stew and starts eating it as if, nothing is wrong. And
Nice.
that is Wendelin.
And last but not least, how about Orvin?
Yeah, Orvin is a half elf, kind of like average height, like Nursham. He's kind of roughshod. It definitely wanders, but he's lived in Fairfield for like as long as most people can know him. Like definitely like the last 70 years. So he knows everybody here as long as they're locals. Yeah, he's pretty gray morally. Yeah, he will leave people behind if it comes to it, but he likes repaying debts. So not like he's just like most people, just morally complex.
And probably many people that you have met are out for number one first. They look to themselves, and then they might look to the community. There's very little, time or effort put into protecting others, and so those that do are few and far between. It's every man or woman for themselves, it seems, these days. Now, the peddler, seeing the interest from Wendelin specifically, says, "Lass, would you like to have a chance to learn some new tales and meet new folk? For I know,
Oh, absolutely.
I know a place. I've come from there recently. Wonderful town, wonderful place. This river that you have here, follow the river northwards. Just over a day's journey, you'll arrive at this small town. Can't be more or less than your town here. They've a great mountain with an old temple in the town and finest beer around. It's a little place called the Hollows. Trust me, you're going to want to go there at some point."
Ooh, the Hollows. That reminds me of Haggish Hollow. Would you like to hear about the Haggish Hollow?
Oh, perhaps when you return, I would love that. Now, I'm going to, in the journals, there's a Raven's Purge section, and now that you have heard of the Hollows, I'm going to make a legend of the Hollows observable. And I'll share it with you here, but you can always find it in the journals. That way the things that you've heard of that may be important, you can always go back and reference. But yeah, follow the river. Wonderful place. I'm sure you'll love it.
Wait a minute. What about to the south, sir?
To the south, well, can't say as I've been there, but I have been out to the sea. Wonderful place, not far from the Hollows. Few days' journey west from the Hollows, you'll find the sea. There's a place out there that, well, I didn't get too close, but there's so-called treasure hunters that go there seeking, adventure. I've not heard of any that have returned, but if you're looking to make a name for yourself and get some better tales, why, that's where you'll want to go. Head up to the Hollows, find where the Elia meets your Wash River, then follow the Elia out to the Blush. It's a great delta where the water spills into the sea. To the south of that, you'll find the place you're looking for. If you want some adventure. I must warn you, Sorry. What were you saying there?
I was just going to ask, what exactly could one expect to find at the Hollows? All I've ever heard of is that the place is a dump built on blood and death.
So you've heard of the Hollows then, have you? Ah. Well, trust me, it's worth it just for the beer. Yawin there, fantastic brewmaster. Makes the best stuff you've ever had.
Yeah, for those who like beer, maybe.
Oh, but who doesn't like beer? Why, are you those that might enjoy the fruit of the vine? Are you saying you're wine drinkers here in this town? I thought this was a normal town.
Well, I don't know about the town. I only know of myself and my taste.
Well, if you like wine, you won't get it from Yawin in the Hollows. But what you will get is you'll learn something very valuable that you should know about this land. Many folk here in your town, why, they seem quite normal. But let me ask you something. At night, do the dead walk in your village?
That's definitely not normal.
No.
Do what?
Yes, that's right. The dead. They walk the streets of the Hollows.
And why would we want to go there?
Think of the tales that you could tell. Anyone here in town sick of hearing of this girl's stories about Haggish Hollow? Several hands go up. Ah, you see there. You want something new? Go to the town where the dead walk at night.
Actually, that sounds fascinating. I would love to study that.
Now, if you're looking to learn a few things, why, there's folk there that can teach you a trade. There's folk there that, well, there's a midwife there. Said that she's a bit of touched with the talents of magic, if you get my drift. She might be able to teach you a thing or two there at the Hollows.
Very interesting.
Now, that place west of the Hollows, near the sea, there's a tale there. I don't know if you've ever heard of the sorcerer Zygofer. Do you have word of him here in your town or in your travels? Have you heard of this?
Can I roll for lore?
Yes, please.
Me as well.
Yep, go for it.
Honestly, I'm not willpower farming. I swear.
Well, if you want some, you can get a whole bunch right there.
Yeah, I'm not going to push that. That'll kill me.
So Orvin
I bet there's a lot of people there that have never even heard of Haggish Hollow.
Wow.
I thought him to be an evil mage, but that's all I've heard.
Yes, and evil is one way of putting it. And Orvin, you would have heard something, an old rumor about Zygofer being. The legend is that he commanded demons, and that he brought them into the Forbidden Lands. Now, there was a story as well at a place called Weatherstone, where 10 generations ago there was a king named Algarod, and he declared that the land to the south had become overcrowded, and he led an army up north here to these lands, and then he fell in battle against the demonic hordes of Zygofer. And it is said that there was a scepter there called Nekhaka. I'm going to type this out for you. It is said that this scepter was the source of the king's power. But the will of the king burned so fiercely that he refused to die, and for ages he stood watch in the stronghold called Weatherstone. Well, legend has it that Algarod will march again one day to retrieve Nekhaka and complete his conquest of Ravenland. But that curse was suddenly broken, and the undead king and his men finally went to their final rest. Now there's whispers that Algarod's war chest remains in Weatherstone, forever guarded by evil spirits and the beasts of the sorcerer. Or so you have heard. Now I'm going to make this legend observable as well. Now you don't know if this is true, or if this is simply exaggerated stories, but you've heard it enough that some of the stories seem to have common elements. And the big element is the war chest. There's probably loot there. And the second one was that there was once undead there, but now no longer. And hearing that the undead walk in the hollows, as well as this old tale of the undead at Weatherstone, that might pique your interest. Orban.
Gwendolyn would love to try some new beers.
And the peddler looks down at his mug and says, "This stuff here is quite good, but it ain't the same as Yawin's. No, there's a place there in the hollows. You've got to try. This place is, well, it's downright amazing. The Three Skulls Tavern. You go there, you'll be changed forever." The Three Skulls, that's where Yawin works. And then he looks you over all carefully. Yeah, you'll be okay there.
So the undead, do they kill people?
Well, I only spent a short time there. I wasn't even aware of it until the second night when I went out to take a piss. Oh, excuse me. And he apologizes to Gwendolyn when I went out to relieve myself. And, well, there was a lad there, and he's a bit touched in the head, if you catch my meaning. And he was standing out there just giggling, ringing a bell. Couldn't understand what he was doing. And then he gestured for me. This kid, he couldn't talk. I don't even know if he could hear me at all, but he just sat and clanged that bell and gestured for me to ring the bell too. So I did. And thanked him, took leave so I could go and finish my business. Well, the next morning, folk I was staying with asked me if I had learned the secret of the bell. Seems like no one wanted to tell me until I got there. And I thought it was a joke, but let me tell you, it's no joke. If you wants to know more about the bell, well, this mug here's a little empty.
I'll buy him another round.
Oh, that's more like it, lass. Now, tell me, young one, what do you suppose this bell would have to do with the dead?
I have no idea. Does it call them in or keep them away?
The interesting thing is, I learned that the Hollows was built on an old graveyard. It was once long ago a cemetery, and most of the people that were buried there, they fought in the battles that ravaged these lands between the king from the Alderlands and Zygofer that was here. Many of the fallen were great warriors. They were buried there. Well, some folk ended up taking refuge there when the blood mist brought itself up into the lands, and, well, they just never left, you see. They called that home, because what else were they to do except for die? So they made a home of it. Well, the dead, that was their home as well. There's something a little strange about the bell. When you go into town, people will tell you. They'll give you a hint about what you need to do. You need to ring the bell and speak a phrase, lest the dead have their way with you. Now, I thought it was all a lie as well, but let me tell you, it's very, very true. I'll leave the details for you to find out. I think you'll find it most interesting.
And she'll kind of shiver as soon as he says graveyard, and she'll say, "Oh, planting people. How stupid."
Well, it's good for the land. They return to the earth, and you would hope they would put a tree or something in there, but no, it's just stones, markers to say who was who and what battles they fought and why they lived and why they died.
I want the forest animals to eat me when I die.
Oh, that's ghastly, my dear.
I'm sure I can arrange that.
Tell one more time about Haggis Hollow, and we'll find out.
Next thing you know, you're
Okay,
going to want
okay.
to go there to relive everything completely.
Well, we killed everything there. So. Well,
Yeah,
Roderick did.
but it doesn't mean that it'll spur memories in you. Those may
Oh, I
be
remember it
forgotten.
all.
So
Well,
as the
I can.
night... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay.
Well, I think that those of us here in the tavern that seek adventure should journey out and search and see what we can find out there in this unknown wilderness.
Absolutely. I'm definitely interested in visiting this place, so I'm ready to leave in the morning.
What of Roderick and Orvin? How do the two of you feel?
Well said. Adventure is, in these times, well, the mist is lifted. We should see the world and, well, a lot of rumors out there. I would like to see something about that Weatherstone in the future, perhaps. Yes, I will join you in the morning.
Yes, a chance to seek some adventure and to try my sword that I spent a whole year crafting should certainly prove to be a most exciting endeavor.
What professions do we have? We have a fighter, a mage, and we have 3 druids.
Orvin is a sorcerer, but he's basically a fighter. Like, he's not even much of a sorcerer. He's strong and he's good with the sword, so...
So as long as we don't need to pick a lock or break into anything or anything like that, we should be okay.
that comes up a lot in here.
So I want to, before we really start in earnest, I want to make a correction that you're able to cast a rank above your
Yes.
rank of skill.
Then doesn't it automatically cause a mishap?
It does.
So
does.
I've made
So-
all of the spells, they should all now be observable. So if you want to drag rank 2 spells onto your character sheets, you can. For the school that you have. So if you go
Yep.
to core game, under the items, you'll see, where is it? Core game, and then spells, and then there's the different schools. And they don't have these, they're all alphabetical, they're not ranked by the spell level. But I do have a document in the journals. I think it's the player reference. It's a PDF. You can click on it and load it, and I think the last page has the spell lists. Let's see if it'll load it. Yes, that shows the different spells that are rank 2 in those fields. So I can show you all this if you haven't found it yet. But at the very end it'll have that. So if you want to add those rank 2 spells to your character sheet, you can. If you want to cast them, it just will cause a mishap, which can be
Dangerous.
can be very interesting. Yes. That's a good word for it.
Yep. And I can also cast rank 3.
Excellent.
Equally as dangerous.
Yep. So in the morning, unless there's anything we want to do for the rest of the day, in the morning we can head out and go in search of adventure together. Do we want to follow the path along the wash, along the river that runs south of Fairview, follow it north up towards this place he calls the Hollows?
Yes, that sounds great.
I would give a dirty look to your character, Craig. Like, I don't like the idea of undead wandering around the town as if they owned the place.
You did you not hear the part where he said there was beer?
Yeah, but
It seems like a very rational risk to take.
well, it seems like there's no wine there.
Well,
They've got
Are
this
you going to
sure
great,
to
somehow?
be
this
some.
great amber wine with a nice head on it. Tastes a bit like malted hops.
Right. Are you are you somehow going to compensate me for that lack of wine when we arrive there?
I'll buy you two for one in beers.
You just see me shaking my head like, oh.
It'll be great. Come on.
So do I know of Craig, of your character's magic ability?
Um, yeah, probably. She like plays up the druid part. He's got like flowers and vines in her hair, and
But is she? Would I know what path she is what I'm asking.
you would she is known across the village as being a healer,
Okay.
and she's sick of it. She wants to do something else.
Well, I can teach you something else in the future. I remind her of that.
I would love to learn something different.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't know me that well because I would, as far as the rest of the characters, I'm probably one of the newer characters in town.
Mm-hmm.
She trusts you though, because you're a half elf, and she's naive.
All right. I don't know if anybody wants to gather supplies, and I don't know, Brandon, if you are limiting us our purchases, and I didn't officially roll for money,
Okay.
so I don't know how you wanted to play that part of.
Yeah, so here in town, anything that would be like common goods, or even some uncommon goods, you'd have no problem with. Especially if you're from town, you would, you'd be able to get a good price. People would know you. But if you wanted to try and purchase, certain things that are not, significantly, difficult. So anything that's rare or above, you would likely not find. But anything common, absolutely. Anything uncommon, there's a good chance you'll find it here.
Yeah.
And so, and I should have, I think I've got in the journals, I've got the whole book, the player's handbook should be visible. Chapter 9 is, does it have it? Oh, chapter 9 doesn't have it.
I'm gonna roll.
Just for your silver?
Yeah, because
Nice.
I never rolled it, and what I did was do the pre-gen character because I'm lazy, and it populated stuff, and then just modified it.
Nice.
So I did purchase a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to post the gear lists here in case anyone wants to look.
So I did buy torches. I don't know what other people thought that we might need.
Yeah, I think we've only got one other person with torches, so that might be a good deal.
And I have a large tent. No need for us to double up with the tent.
Nice.
So, and it's large enough for all of us, I think.
Yeah, I think you can put 6 people in a large tent.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's 6 in the large. I forget exactly.
Yep.
The only thing-
6. Yeah, gear bonus +2 to making camp.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd really was able to afford was rope. So that's what I got.
And always a good idea to have rope. Ask Sam Gamgee.
Oh, yeah. Maybe even a grappling hook.
Yeah, I couldn't afford that.
I have some extra silver. Can I buy you something?
What is it that we think we need? Additional, maybe bandages?
Empty
I'm sure,
sacks.
I'm sure there's
For
plenty of
bringing
danger out there.
Yeah, bandages are good.
I'll get some more. I'll get some more bandages.
Oh, you have some?
Yeah. I'm only carrying 4 items, and I'm already almost over encumbered.
Well, you have a strength of 2, so
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be easy for you to be encumbered.
looks like bandages are 6 copper.
What if we purchase a donkey or a mule? Maybe that's uncommon. I don't know.
You would for sure be able to find that in town. Let me see if I got animals listed. Yes, I do. So a donkey, we're looking how much? 6 silver for a donkey, and it's common, so you would for sure be able to find a donkey.
I don't know if I don't have enough for that. So if you guys think it's worth it, or if you think we should just
How
schlep
much is it?
6.
6 silver.
I have 3.
6 silver. What do I have left? I only have 4 copper left.
At 2 silver.
Okay, that's
I still have
5.
3, so that's 5. Yeah. We
I'll
one more, I
spend.
guess.
Gwendolyn will chip in, but she'll say, I want to name him.
Next thing you want to know, next thing you're probably going to want to ride him, right? How do
Well,
you know
no,
it's an
I
N?
might fall.
So
I can fall off and die.
Such a great height.
And with the donkey, you can ride it. If you do, then it can carry its strength doubled, and the donkey's strength is.
Oh, I totally forgot. I was going to ask you about something. In my character creation, because I went through that booklet,
Yes.
in one of the things, it was I found the strange artifact, which
Oh,
was
yes.
the valuable find number 66 silver statue, which had a value of 5 gold, which was a weight of 6, so I can't even carry it, so I'd have to leave it in town. Can I just sell that and get 5 gold?
Absolutely. In fact, if you want to make a manipulation roll, you can try to haggle for a little better price on that.
Oh, absolutely. I meant to ask before the game about that. I totally forgot.
And now you'll give out loans with interest. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So you get a success. In fact, a double success. The shopkeeper, he rubs his chin. You can tell he's mulling it over, but he's clearly intrigued by this item. It's not often stuff like this comes into Fairview. This is unique, and this will draw a lot of folk to his shop. He says, I don't know that this is worth more than 6 gold. That'd be my limit.
It's got to be at least 7 gold.
What does it do? Is it just gold, or does it do something?
Well, I found this in a strange cave, and I studied it for a while. I was trying. I think it holds magical powers, but I was never able to figure it out. So I'm not really sure.
Ooh, found it in a cave. So this could be ancient, you say?
Yeah, but to what degree, I'm not really sure.
Well, the wife will kill me, but 6 gold and 5 silver is the most I can go.
All right, it's a deal.
Ah, excellent,
Thank you.
excellent. And he hands over the coins eagerly. He's excited to get this item in hand. He says, I'm happy to take some of that off your hand if there's anything you want to buy from the shop. So with the donkey, if someone's riding on it, it can carry 6 units of weight. If you don't ride on it and you lead it, it can carry 12 units of weight.
So now I have more money. Is there anything else we want?
Oh, with that kind of money, you could buy weapons and armor.
Yeah, and even lockpicks I noticed, which are actually expensive.
Yeah, you could buy those if you intend on picking locks. And my character looks at you curiously.
Well, you never know if we, what we're going to run into. If we're exploring strange caves or something.
That's true. We might have to unlock doors to run away.
Right.
Hey, Wendelin, what do you name the donkey?
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew? Nice.
Yep.
I looked underneath. You sure it's a male?
Bartholomina.
Then Betty.
I am at my limit, I think, for encumbrance, though. Who can hold things?
The donkey?
Yep,
Oh, yeah, duh.
the donkey can carry it. I'm going to...
Okay.
Let me make the donkey's weight. I'm going to put it on...
Craig, why don't you roll odd or even for male or female?
Oh, there we go.
Alrighty.
Call it first.
Even Bartholomew.
Nope.
All right,
Nope.
it's Betty.
It's a Jenny. Let's change it to Betty. All right.
And Gwendolyn is going to pick up some bandages.
She's a fine ass, I must say.
And Gwendolyn will blush.
Oh, I don't mean you.
And then she just turns red and mad. I can't wait for this character to die.
Is your character young in age as far as half elves go?
Yeah, she's
young.
she's young.
I'm going to buy a grappling hook. And do we want a lantern, too?
I think if we have a couple people with torches, that might be sufficient.
Okay.
Do you have torches?
I think 2 people have torches. If I recall, maybe just 1. Does Roderick have torches?
No, he does not have any torches.
Because they're relatively inexpensive. So
Yeah.
none of us can see in the dark. In this game, the only people that can see in the dark are goblins.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've got a journal called Betty Donkey where we can track whatever she's carrying.
Okay, good.
And you should all have ownership of that if you need to edit it.
Okay.
I would suggest that you might want to buy, since you have that wealth, armor or weapons for yourself.
Well, I'm a sorcerer. I'm not sure. Can I use weapons?
Yeah. Urban ones, you can use swords and armor and everything. You can buy plate armor if you want.
Yep.
I can? I didn't know that.
Yep. That's why I made a character who's a sorcerer who fights, because that's a pretty cool archetype. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no limitation like that. Now, Roderick, you're our tank. Would you want to maybe look into like a shield or improving your armor?
No, all I need is my sword, and I'll be just fine. I can handle whatever trouble besets us.
Or a helm?
I kind of look him up and down.
Oh, no.
It's got studded leather and a long sword.
Oh, I have more armor. I've got a closed helmet instead of leather, so. Whoops.
That's pretty expensive.
Yeah, this character's been through like 2 one-shots, I think.
Yeah.
Kind of cheating, I guess. My bad.
They'll die very quickly. Don't worry.
Yeah, this is Forbidden Lands. It doesn't take much.
You're right. It doesn't take much.
Gwendolyn will pat Roderick's arm and say, "Don't worry, I'll keep you alive, Roderick."
Oh, I know you will. Certainly, one such as yourself will prove to be a mighty companion.
Mighty? She doesn't present herself as mighty.
No, straight.
Well,
not exactly.
certainly you've heard her tale about Hagash Hollow, the exploits.
Oh, would you like
she
to
had
hear it
there.
again?
Oh well, I don't believe I've heard the whole thing through. Perhaps you could tell me.
Tonight, when I'm trying to sleep.
No,
That did
save it.
not sound heartfelt at all.
Save it when we head out of town shortly.
It'll make the journey go incredibly slow. Anyone else
Right.
need to make any purchases? And the peddler, seemed to intimate that the hollows, there's things you can buy there as well. There's a fine smithy in town, a hunter. You could buy pelts and things that you might need to try and craft your own items, should you like to attempt such a thing.
Right. I know in this game you can craft some basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
you need
but
the
when-
talents to do...
but you
yeah.
need talents to do some more complex stuff.
Yeah. So I think there's like a tanner talent and a smith talent and
Yep.
a few things like that. In fact, I think, Roderick, you were wanting at some point to take a level, or to take the smith talent, correct?
Yes, he would certainly want to improve that skill. He's a blacksmith apprentice, but he has much to learn.
Yeah, so you've probably learned what you can here in Fairview, but maybe the smith in the Hollows can teach you some others, tricks of the trade, and so that might represent, picking up that talent from, your apprenticeship into really learning the trade of smithing. And so that would be a good place, when it comes time to spend experience points, you'd have a teacher there that could help you with that. Same with those that are doing magic. If you can find someone that, has that talent, they can teach you, and it's far less expensive experience point wise than trying to just work it out on your own. Well, let's head out if we're ready. If you all click on the party, it's kind of the asterisk looking symbol. It'll pull up. You can see, we're all here. You can go to travel, and you can choose roles. We need someone to lead the way. They'll make, I think it's a survival roll to ensure that we don't have any mishaps or get lost. And then someone else can be our scout. They can keep watch. And then everyone else will essentially be hiking. And we're in open terrain is what's around this area. So we can travel 2 hexes in a quarter day. And we can travel for 2 quarter days without overextending ourselves. So we could really go 4 hexes as long as it's clear terrain. And then we'll need to spend a quarter day making camp, and then a quarter day sleeping. Now, if we all sleep at the same time, there's no one keeping watch. And so if we want someone to keep watch at night, we'll need to sleep in shifts. So maybe some sleep in the evening and some sleep at night. While someone's making camp and a few others are sleeping, you could go out and hunt and forage to try and get some food and water and things like that. But then you'll trade off. Otherwise, if everyone sleeps, then there's no one keeping watch. So who wants to lead the way?
So generally certain professions lend itself to leading the way.
Yeah,
Druids are one of them.
There's a talent, a Pathfinder, I think. I don't think anyone has Pathfinder.
No, but that helps
Yes.
lead the way also.
Yeah, Gwendolyn has Pathfinder.
Oh, well then maybe you should lead the way.
And you have a really high wits, so I think you would be good at it. So you can just drag your character up to lead the way. And then who wants to be our scout? Who wants to keep watch while we're traveling?
Anybody have a good scouting rank?
I've got 5 in scouting.
Well, that's good.
Nobody had more than a 5.
I have a 5.
Yeah.
I can keep watch. Nobody's stepping up.
Go for it. So our first travel roll was a success from Wendelin. So we're going to move 2 hexes. Our scouting roll, is not a success. Now, you have the option of pushing that. You'll take 2 points of damage. Nice. But you do get 2 successes.
Successes, yes.
Yep. So we got the successes, and now you've got 2 points of willpower as well. Let me clear off some of the fog of war here. As the world is new for many of us now, it begins to open up as we journey. And following the road, much like the peddler told us, following the river, we keep it at our right-hand side, and we're now out of view of Fairview. And some of us have been further than this, and some have not. And looking back, it may be an uneasy feeling, because some of this land you've never set foot in, and who knows what could be out there. Now, that takes up the morning. We've got the afternoon. We can continue to travel, or we can hunt and forage. He said it would be just over a day, so at some point we're going to have to make camp tonight. Do we want to push on, or what would we like to do?
Oh, push on.
Push on 2 more hexes.
2 more hexes.
She'll look at Nerdrum as she rolls her dice, and she'll say, "If I take one more step, I'm the farthest I've ever been from home."
You want somebody to hold your hand?
No, she's running up ahead, spinning around, singing, enjoying being in nature again.
I probably
You'll probably
grab
kill her yourself.
I grab her by the scruff of the neck and be like, "Are you trying to attract attention to us?"
Oh, there's nothing out here to hurt us. It'll be great.
Does that mean you didn't find anything in the hollow that you went to?
Well, we went looking for that.
Oh, so nothing will come upon us because we're not looking for it?
Now you're getting it.
You're very naive, girl.
Why, thank you.
You probably don't know
I
what
like
the
you
word
too.
naive means.
Now I just shake my
Nope.
head.
Let me have Sriracha, if you want to do another keep watch roll, or if someone else wants to keep watch. There was no encounters on that first morning, but we're getting further away from town.
Somebody probably should take over because I'm not going to be as good at
Right,
it now.
because you've taken 2 damage.
Yes. You look exhausted.
So I could help, and in the game I think you get an extra die if you
+1.
help.
Yep, and you can get up to a +3.
That's scouting.
Yeah, scouting. If anybody's got a decent scouting.
I have 0 in scouting,
Oh.
but I mean I can do it if you want.
Well,
It
what do you
uses your
have?
wits, so you'd have
It's your
whatever your
wits,
wits
yeah.
is. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
that's how the skills work. It's that plus whatever your...
But I
Right.
think with scouting, I don't know if you can have help. You can't have help on lead the way and keep watch. Let me look.
Can I push my lead the way?
Yes, you can push it. I think it's
There you go.
just the lead the way that no one can help on. But keep watch, I don't see that on here.
Yeah, I think most things you can help.
You can help with, yeah.
Okay. So if someone is helping, what do I do?
So they just get a bonus on their roll.
When you hit your scout,
Yeah.
or when you're in the party and you hit lead the keep watch, you hit that, and then the dice will come up, and in the modifier you put 1.
1. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And
do
so
you
far
want
you
to
didn't
push
do
that?
anything.
Yeah, I'll push that.
Oh, there you go.
Double success. Excellent. So that means if there is something, you will see it before it sees us. And I'm going to let me make a roll here. I don't think you guys will see this.
We don't.
You don't. Perfect. Okay, so Nerdrum, as you're watching, all you see ahead of you is plains, just tall grass. Every now and then there's maybe a few hills. So there's probably some trees alongside the course of the river, but then it lends itself to just this open terrain. And you're watching, and there's not much to see. It's almost like what you might imagine an ocean might be if it were yellow and green, as you see the wind billow through here. And there's a stretch where we are now where we had to go around an area that was maybe marshy terrain, so we went away from the river a bit, and leading the way is Wendelin, and she had to push that roll. I think she wanted a little willpower there, so she's like, let's take this shortcut. Well, it ended up not being exactly a shortcut, but it was still safe, and we didn't get lost. But while we're up here, you're peering out, and you think you maybe spy some movement, and you halt the group, and you're looking, you're watching really carefully, and you can't be sure, but gosh, it looks like maybe something moving in the tall grass. And do you want to go up ahead and see if you can get a closer look, or do you alert everyone else that there's potentially something up here?
Yeah.
Gwendolyn? Or
For Nerdrum.
okay.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest?
I want to get a look.
So you halt the group.
Yeah.
Now Betty does not like whatever is happening, and Wendelin, you can see that Betty's getting a little bit agitated, and she's kind of clamping her hooves around. She's not nipping at some of the grass, but every now and then she lifts her head, and you can tell she wants to give out that that braying sound that, I mean, one, is going to give away your position, but two, she looks like she's in a little bit of discomfort. Do you want to try to quiet her, calm her?
Yeah. Is Wendelin with her?
Yes.
I'll tell Wendelin, can you keep Betty quiet?
I can try to quiet her too.
Give me an animal handling roll. Oh yeah, easily done. How do you quiet Betty? How do you get her to calm down?
I probably stroke her mane with both hands.
You look her in the eye, and her eyes look tired. You can tell she's been lugging around your gear all day. It's a little warm. Looks like she's just about done walking for the day. Maybe she needs some of that water that you had over at the river. But just giving her that moment, that little bit of attention, really seems to soothe her. Now, once she's quiet, Nerdrum, if you want to try sneaking up closer to where you think you saw something in the grass, you can, or you can just stay back and just observe.
Let me see my... yeah, actually, I'll stay back and observe. My stealth is not good.
Okay, give me another scouting roll as you are watching carefully this area where you think you see movement. Nice. So that's a success. You definitely see movement. In fact, you see black. Something black is fluttering. It could be a piece of black cloth. You're not exactly sure, but there's something. Looks like maybe it's laying down. Maybe it's a black cloak that flutters up just a little bit. You're probably a good maybe 100 yards away from it, so you don't get any detail. But there's something not natural up there, it would appear.
Can I tell how many of it there are?
Yeah, with the success that you got, you see it maybe one or two smaller things. You're not positive. It could be birds like crows or ravens, but it could also be like a black standard or a flag, something fluttering in the gentle breeze that you see moving the grass, maybe picking it up, billowing it up, and then it drops back down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come back to the group and inform them of what I see. I see something fluttering in the air. It looks like kind of like a flag, but it could be a bird or an animal. It's hard to tell.
God, man, let's go. And I start marching over there.
As you
All
march over, you still see this black fluttering shape, and as you get a little bit closer, you can tell it's definitely cloth. It's maybe a cloak or a flag or a standard or something, but you can see small tears in it. It's frayed on the end. It's probably been whipping in the wind for a while. And as you get a little closer, it looks like it is a body laying there, partially decomposed and consumed by whatever scavengers have come by, but its clothes are still billowing in that gentle breeze. And it's face down. You can't see a face or hands, but you see like the legs have been almost denuded down to the bone of meat, and one of the hands has been disarticulated and ripped off or torn off. You can't quite tell, but you see mangled bits of the hand and bones laying nearby, and there is dark blood on the ground near this body.
I'm going to survey the scene better to make sure there's nothing else.
Yeah. Do you crouch down? Are you trying to kind of hide yourself, or are you standing up and peering out as far as you can, or are you getting down and looking close like a crime scene examination? Are you looking for things
I'm not.
exterior?
I'm not focusing on the details right now.
Okay.
So I'd be surveying the surroundings first.
Yeah, give me a scouting roll. Nice. And that is, so it wasn't your scouting skill, that was absolutely your wits. So your instinct tells you, look for danger. It would be easy to set up an ambush or something like this, and while you're all gawking over this dead body, someone comes up and cuts your throats and then cuts your purses. So you're looking carefully. There's no place to hide out here unless they're laying flat in this tall grass. The grass comes up to about mid-thigh on a human, but you don't see any areas where the grass is smashed down. You don't see any tramped down areas near this body where it looks like a person may have trod. There are some small game paths, very skinny and slender, like maybe some wild cats came in here and feasted, but you feel confident there's no one else around.
And then I'll take a closer look at the body.
Give me an insight roll as you look at the scene.
Well, that's no good since I'm injured.
Well, they're definitely dead. You can't tell, just looking at them, there we go, how they may have died, but it looks like you don't see like arrows or anything. You see a little blood, but you don't see any signs of damage, at least on their back, like they were chopped with an axe or a sword.
Nothing obvious.
Nothing obvious
in the bone.
Yeah, it could have been maybe this person just died of thirst or exposure or something else. You can roll the body over. They might get some more information there. And as you roll them over, the skin of their abdomen stays on the ground. And as you pull them away, it's like pulling up some plants, and as the roots pull out of the dirt, you see some of the skin lay behind, and these desiccated entrails, what's left of them that's not been chewed out by scavengers, spill out, and the stench is near overwhelming. You see blackened marks on the face of this man. It's a man Looks to be very old. Gray hair, short cropped gray beard, eyes have been picked clean. There's no cuts on the neck. There's no stab marks. If this was murder, maybe poison, but you don't see any clear sign of foul play.
Okay. Any equipment
Yes.
left here?
So a lot of it is in poor state. There is a backpack, and the backpack has been is mostly intact. It's separated from the body slightly. Maybe he set it down, or maybe someone took it off and just wasn't interested in it. It is sitting next to the body, but it looks to be intact. And inside you find some food that looks to be maybe past its expiration date. If this was hardtack, it looks like it's gotten soggy, maybe gotten a little wet, or just not well cared for. There's some green growing on it. There is a few things in there that may be useful. He's got some sheets of parchment, and he's got some ink and quill, and there's a few journals that he's carrying around. And if you scan through these journals, it looks like he was a traveler that was recording tales told to him by people in the villages that he had found.
Okay. I hide those from the young half-elf.
Nice. Give me a sleight of hand roll, unless if the half elf is eagerly looking. Otherwise, you won't need to make a roll.
Well, it doesn't sound like anybody's paying attention. to what I'm doing.
Not at all. They're probably still looking around for danger. So yeah, you can easily cop those and have those for yourself. There is a small coin pouch. He's got 4 silver coins and about 6 coppers if you dump them out, and they are all they look all different. This man has been well traveled. Some of these coins bear marks of looks like towers, and some has a mark of a tree, like a forest. Probably all minted in different towns, and he's made the rounds through here.
But do I think they're of older vintage, or I think it's just from regional?
They don't look well worn,
location.
so you think it's probably regional coins.
Okay. And no weapons to be found.
There is a staff nearby, and it looks well worn. It looks more like a walking stick than a staff. You don't see any swords, daggers, slings. You probably think it's a bit foolish for him to be out here alone, unarmed, as it would appear.
Yes.
Gwendolyn will take the staff and say, "Oh, a staff!" And she'll just start carrying it like a walking stick.
Gwendolyn, give me a healing roll as you get close to the body to pick up that staff.
I'll push.
Okay.
Nice.
You're probably a little curious about, who was this? Or look at this nice stick this person had. And as you look at him, a thought comes to mind that, this was not a natural death. And you wonder, seeing the staff and kind of his meager belongings as an old person, maybe he stretched his magic a little too far. Maybe he was trying to do something on the trail, and the dangers inherent in magic. Maybe something befell him because of that.
Tried to cast a spell above his rank. And she will say, "See, that's the way to die. Don't
Yes.
put me in the ground, just let me slowly sink back into nature."
A man's got to know his limitations, I always say.
That's really good. Can I use that?
As part of your stories? Absolutely not.
Now, how about Roderick, Orvin, and Nerdrum? These two are kind of arguing over the body and looking at the belongings. What are the 3 of you doing?
I think Orvin's just trying to keep an eye out on just around us, make sure nothing sneaks up on us while we're looking.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Same with Roderick.
Sure.
I'm going to have one of you make a scouting roll, but you can add a +2 to it. Who wants to make that roll?
I'll make it.
Okay. And
There you go.
nice. Got the success. Excellent. As you're looking around, there's a few birds flying overhead, and they're circling. And maybe rolling the body over has released some gases, some stink. You don't see anything on the ground, any person, just these birds overhead.
Probably best if we move along.
Agreed.
One thing you know is that if you see these birds hovering around, you don't. There's probably a kill. Anyone nearby might think the same thing. This would draw attention to you.
Exactly. People are going to come over here.
Gwendolyn, do you want to do anything for this man's body? Do you want to bury him, or any sort of service or ritual you might speak over his remains?
No, she wouldn't. Well, she might say a few good words. I'm sure he was a nice man.
He had a nice stick.
Yep, thank you for the stick.
Anyone else want to do anything, or just leave the body as you found it?
Leave him to the nature.
Yeah, I don't think we have time.
All right, let's move on. We press into the second of the hexes that we travel that day, and we're alongside the river, and just up ahead you can see the river makes a bend, and you know the hollows must be just past that. But it's starting to get a little late in the day. It's nearly time to set up camp, so we will need someone to make camp, and I think, Orvin, that's your wheelhouse.
That was the goal. Yeah, I think he has an 8.
Oh, excellent.
Well, make sure. Did you add the tent?
No, I didn't. Is that one? I guess it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, it'd be a
It's
+2 bonus, I think.
And the
not?
flint and steel
Plus
adds
2.
another one.
Nice.
I mean, if you already had success, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
You find a good spot near the river, but not too close. You don't want a lot of bugs coming around, but you want easy access to the water for a cook fire and whatnot. While Orvin's doing this, if anyone wants to sleep, they can sleep now so that they can be awake at night. Or you could rest. You could go forage. You could hunt. Foraging is for food and water. We've been near water. Everyone should be pretty close to full, but if you do want to go forage, your water goes all the way up to D12.
Yeah, I'll go forage.
If it's okay, Gwendolyn is going to go ahead and sleep now
Okay.
to heal her wits.
Nice.
And she will just crawl in the tent into Orvin's bedroll and curl up and go to sleep.
Excellent. So, anyone else gonna sleep right now?
I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Sleep off straining my brain.
Excellent. To do a forage roll, it's a survival roll. There's some modifiers. We're in plains, so that's a -1 modifier. It is summertime, so there's no modifier there. So it'll just be a -1 to try and forage for vegetables or water. Water you will find because we're right next to a river.
Yep.
Do you want to push that? Yeah. Oof. Oh,
There you go.
okay.
Oh, that's a lot of wits.
So you did succeed, but a big hit on your wits. You find water, so you can fill your water up to D12. So if you go to gear at the bottom, you'll see they're perfect. Your water's at a D12 as you fill your water skin. And then for foraging, you got 1 success. You find 1 unit of food, and this can be eaten tonight and counts as 1 unit for someone. Or they can be cooked by a chef or at an inn, and then it will increase your resource die for food. Otherwise, this will count. You can bump, you can't bump up your die, but you can eat this and not have to roll on your resource die for food.
Right.
Did anybody cook back at camp?
I don't know if
Got a cauldron.
We don't have anybody that has that
no
skill,
one has
right?
is a master chef or something.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
We need Roderick to keep watch, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Roderick, you'll keep watch during this time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everybody. Perfect. So, Roderick, just give me a scouting roll as we're keeping watch. Nice.
There you go.
Uneventful. There's a lot of animals, birds and whatnot that come down to the river. You look out, you can see there's fish in the river, but nothing seems to bother you in your camp. Now everyone will need to eat, so one person can eat the vegetables. Everybody else needs to roll their resource die for food and water. And so on your character sheet, it's on gear on the bottom. Just click on the die picture, and if you roll a 1 or a 2, it lowers by 1. So let's see. Nice.
We're gonna have to mosey on close to the river.
Yep.
Because I'm getting low on water.
So Wendelin, your food should have gone down by 1. Sirach, your water would have gone down by 1. Everybody else was okay.
I rolled a 6
Good job.
on my food, so it shouldn't go down, should it?
No, your
No.
water did though. You rolled a 1 on your.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Never mind. No, you got I showed you rolled a 2 on your food. Well, that was 5 minutes ago. Never mind. That must be an old roll. Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, you got a 6 on there.
Oh, I did. Look at that.
But yeah, that was several. That's weird. That was a while back. Did it lower your food? I don't know if it does it automatically or not.
It does.
It does? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my
So
water's
I'm
at a
down to
D.
D8.
Yeah, my water's at D6.
So then those that were sleeping, you can wake up and keep watch, and those that were up can go ahead and sleep. And that will recover any damage that you've sustained, but you'll keep those willpower points. And then, of course, you
Right.
use willpower to activate certain talents, spells, things like that. Now, that night, while I think Wendelin and Sirach were up, they were keeping watch. You look to the northeast and you can see lights. You can see lights from, looks like a town. Just kind of a glow on the horizon. It's probably a few miles away from here, but that must be the Hollows. And for Wendelin, is this your first time actually going to a different community? I mean, you've been out to like a lone house here and a cave there, but is this the first time you've met like a strangers in their home?
Yeah.
So what is Wendelin, like what's going through your mind as you're looking out at that glow of civilization?
Kind of a mix of apprehension and excitement.
Yeah, who knows what you might find, what stories you might be able to tell. But you also think, none of the folk here have heard my story about Haggish Hollow. And
Yeah.
you'll be able to regale them to no end. Let me have Wendelin or Sirach give me that scout roll, and you can add a +1 as you've got one person helping you. I think Sirach's probably better at that.
Yeah, he's not like hopping around or dancing carefree.
Like some people
No,
are.
at night she's very subdued and quiet.
Now, you don't have to push that if you want to. I mean, you might get more willpower. You might take damage.
But we also don't know if we have any encounters. So.
Right. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Got a success.
there you go.
You hear splashing down by the river at night, and every now and there's probably animals through here. Every now and then you can hear what sounds like light footsteps, and you suspect maybe a deer is down there by the river.
I'll go check it out.
Wendelin,
If it's
Do you go with or do you
Reasonable,
stay? Yeah,
reasonable distance.
yeah, probably like 50 meters or so, 50 yards.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wendolyn,
Yeah,
you
I'll go
stay
with
at
him
camp.
then.
You go with him. Okay. Leaving the camp undefended. Perfect. See how easy it is to
Yeah.
split the party? So, as the two of you head down there, Sirach, you're the first to see it, and you do see a deer, and it's a young 2-point deer, and he's got his head down. He's sipping at the water, and you can see two does behind him, and they're looking around very cautiously. And as you begin to approach, I'm going to have whoever's worst at stealth. I'm going to have them make a stealth roll. I'm just guessing it's probably Wendolyn.
Yeah, I have 3.
Yeah, so give me a stealth roll, Wendolyn.
We're tied.
You're tied?
We're tied, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Nice. So
Sneaky
Wendolyn can be
half-elf.
quiet when she wants to, and probably seeing this deer, it's like, oh, wild animals. This is fantastic. But you get really quiet as you approach, and they have not noticed you.
I whisper, that's breakfast right there.
Yeah, think how amazed everyone back at camp would be when they wake up and you've got a deer hanging from a tree.
Oh, I've got a bow. Can I shoot it?
Absolutely. Do you want to take that shot? Just
Heck
give
yeah.
give me a marksmanship roll.
Okay. Oh, marksmanship. Okay.
And if you
Can I do steady aim?
Yeah, and you can actually click on your bow because you'll get a gear die from your bow. So you can just click on your short bow.
Yeah, if you go under combat tab.
Yeah.
And you can do.
And I can get a
sharpshooter.
modifier for steady aim.
Yep.
Does sharpshooter take a willpower?
No, so that one just
Okay.
you get +1 when
yeah.
you shoot a bow or a crossbow.
Yeah, that's a talent.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Nice. So it wasn't the bow, it wasn't your skill, it was your agility. How do you take down this deer, Wendolyn?
Just silently.
The
I
arrow,
just shoot it and then we wait.
yeah, the arrow passes through the lungs and it rears up, bucks a few times, and then darts into the grass. And after a few moments, you head over and you find the blood trail. And it's not hard to follow. The moon is out tonight, and you can see the blood, the light of the moon cast on the blood. You can see where the hooves of this deer has trod up in the mud. You walk about 70 yards or so before you find it laying on its side, expired. And Wendolyn, what do you do? Do you have any offerings for the spirit of this deer, or do you just set to gutting it and preparing it to take back to camp?
I do that cliche thing where I stroke its neck and thank it for its sacrifice.
Nice. And then you proceed to
Very tropey.
cut off its balls to make a coin purse and off you
Yeah.
go. Nice. Roderick, I got you a hat. It's a little small.
I'm gonna dry out its stomach and make a soccer ball.
Meanwhile, I'm refilling my water skin if we're by the
Yep, absolutely. So, in fact, if the two of you want to refill your water skin, you can fill it up to D12. And Wendolyn, it takes you about an hour to clean out this deer, and then the two of you drag it back to camp. And by the time morning breaks, you've got that deer quartered. You've cut off a few steaks you can throw over the fire to grill up for a nice breakfast, and you're eagerly waiting to see what everyone says when they see what you've done that night. And let's take our break right here. Let's take about an 8-minute break, and when we get back, it will be the morning of the next day. You spent, for some of you, your first night away from town, and for the rest of you, your first night in a new place. Let's go ahead and take a break, come back in about 8 minutes, and we will carry on from there.
not some crappy ranger. 47 hit points and a high dexterity. 17 for strength. Kobolds are afraid of me. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a medieval caper. While in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice, and my fate is unspoken. I locate the lair, but it doesn't make much sense to me. I think that the DM might be out to get me. A hero in armor and truth. Bards tell my legacy. The flame of my torch illuminates the enemy. I win in a battle. You win foes asunder. Deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. The bodies pile up before me. The corpses I plunder. The deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a medieval caper. And while in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice, and my fate is unspoken. No. I drink my last potion. I charge through the open gate. The flame of the dragon tried to seal my awful fate. With a handful of dice, 5 times I roll 20. The dragon goes down. The DM no plenty. I leave with the princess, a satchel chock full of gold. We head to the tavern where my mighty tale unfolds. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a medieval caper. While in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice, and my fate is unspoken. The king he honored me with a mighty crossbow. It's blessed by the elves, he said. I thank him and I go. The life of a hero, struggling to stay alive. It's worth all the hardship though, 'cause now I'm a never fight.
right, I am back. Sound off if you're here.
Here.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Present.
I'm here.
Joe's here. Henrik's here. How about Craig? I think that's all we're waiting on. We'll give him a moment. He likes to be fashionably late. To get into the spirit of things, he probably went out and shot a deer and is currently gutting it in his yard so he can really get into character here. Greg, whenever you're back with us, just chime in so we know that you're here, and we'll jump back into the action. So everyone should have recovered all of their ails. Any loss you may have had to your attributes should have recovered from the sleep. And again, your willpower does not go away until you spend it. So if you have it, that's good. If you need it, I think for Roderick, I think adaptive is probably the only talent you have that uses willpower. That's a great talent as a human. The nice thing with half-elves, and why a lot of people use half-elves for spellcasters, is they have that psychic power that upcharges their spells for free. And we may have use of those here soon, once Craig gets back with us. I was thinking it would have been hilarious if poor Wendelin couldn't quite tell if it was a deer or not, and she shot it and it was Betty, who wandered down to get a drink. Well, let's we'll give him just a minute. We'll kind of jump in and talk a few things over here. So the next day, again, it's summertime. The sun rises and it's very pleasant. It's a little chilly in the air. Here near the river, the air temperature seems to drop slightly. That running sound of water is very pleasant, and it's just a nice morning. And when you wake up, you've got this smell of grilling venison that fills your nostrils, and it's just amazing. And that will serve as the meal for everyone today, so you won't need a meal. But without the chef talent, we're not able to preserve that. I think you need the tanner talent to save the pelt as well, but we are close to a town, so if we take at least the pelt in, we might be able to sell it to someone. They may buy the pelt from us.
Yep.
And looks like, Craig, you're back with us?
Yes.
Excellent. So that morning, as the deer is cooking and it's smelling lovely, let me have Orvin give me a scouting roll as you're maybe beginning to pack up the camp and going out, checking the clothesline, things like that. Ooh. You're pretty focused on what you're doing. You can't tell, but you thought you maybe heard it sounded like human voices, not coming from your camp, but from nearby. But you're so engaged in what you're doing. Do you want to push that and see if you as you pause and listen more closely to see if you do hear voices?
Downing yourself is a bad way to start the
Right?
day.
Right.
He can weather it. I will push. Why not? Okay, no harm done. You get a little bit of willpower.
Yep.
Ouch.
Ouch indeed. And you still don't pass. So as you stop and you listen, it makes you a little agitated, maybe a little nervous, like, what if someone smells that campfire? And sure enough, not 2 minutes later, you hear a voice call out, Friend, do you have food? Can we share your fire? And you don't see anyone, but you hear this voice.
Well, how loud are they? Like, are this calling out to the party?
It's kind of a whisper, just to you, as though they're not wanting to draw attention to themselves. But you look, and there's a few trees here. This is kind of near the river. Looking through, there's some brush. Maybe they're crouched in the brush. You're looking, you don't see anybody, but you heard that voice clearly.
Yeah, I think Orvin would probably kind of just scanning his surroundings, put his hand on his sword and say, maybe that I do, sir, but I would ask how many of you there are.
Only 2 hungry travelers, sir. We'll show ourselves if you promise to take your hand off your sword. We mean you no harm.
Very well. Show yourselves. I will speak with my party, and I promise you we mean you no harm. We're not in the business of waylaying strangers.
Ah, very good. Yeah, it's a sorry folk that do such things. And up from the brush rise 2 men. One is short and very slender, probably 5'2", maybe 110 pounds. And the other is rather large, probably over 6 feet, and he's at least 250. And he looks like he works hard for a living. He could probably uproot a tree if you asked him to. This guy looks like a bit of a brute. And the other guy is very slender. They're wearing kind of simple cloaks and woolen clothes. And as you're looking, all you see is kind of from the waist up. You can't tell if they've got arms or weapons at their sides. But they say that, yeah, we smelled your fire and it smells lovely. We're hungry and, well, let me just tell you, we're not welcome in that town. Just across the river there. And if you could spare a bit of food, it would go a long way towards helping us.
Why are you not welcome in that town?
That town. It's strange, you see. You go in there and you ask around about where the action is in town, and well, we had a few good leads, but there's one of them Rust brothers in town.
Rust brother.
You've heard of the Rust brothers?
Everybody's heard of the Rust brothers.
Oh yeah. Well, there's one in that town. Let's just say we didn't feel like that was a good place for us to set up shop or to stay. So we're on our way looking for someplace else. You're not from that town, I take it?
No, we're from down the river.
Down the river? There's a town down there. How many folk?
No.
Oh, about.
No, there's no town down the river.
No town.
We're from to the west.
To the west. Well, we've come from the west.
I must have been mistaken.
A farm called Dowd Farm.
Dowd Farm. Oh, I never heard of it. Tell me, lass, and they seem to take a keen interest in Wendelin. This town to the west or south. Is it near water?
No. It's in the forest. It's called Oakford.
Oakford. Give me a manipulation roll.
And she kind of winks at Orvin.
Orvin's got a good poker face.
And I'm going to roll an insight roll for this fellow. So he passed his insight roll.
Oh.
Ooh. So he's cautious, but man, you can tell a yarn like no one else. He scratches his beard. Oakford. Now, can you point which direction that place is in?
And she just points over her shoulder.
Ah. I see. Very good. Well, your friend there said we could share your meal. He said that it's maybe these aren't safe places. He was worried that you guys might be waylaid by bandits or such. Well, let me put you at ease. We're merely hungry travelers looking to earn a little coin the hard way, if you know what I mean. Caravan work and such, bodyguards, whatever it takes.
Well, we have some venison.
Oh, venison would be lovely.
How many rations did we get out of that? How many food dice?
Well, unless you have the chef skill, you can't cook it. You can just prepare, like, you can't make jerky or anything. You can just prepare enough to eat, like, today. And the rest of it you could take into the hollows and have someone prepare it for you. They'd probably charge you for it. They may take a portion of it and then prepare the rest of it for you. But otherwise, you don't have the skill to do that yet.
Okay. Yes, help yourself. It's just there's more than I think we can all eat in one day.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And they go over and carve off a piece, and the big guy hasn't spoken yet, just the little guy. You notice that both of them are armed. The little guy's got 2 daggers on his waist, and the big guy has, it looks like a club. It looks like, he pulled up a big chunk of a log that's skinny on one end, fat on the other. It looks very, very rudimentary, very crude, and he doesn't set it down. He keeps it kind of in hand as he tears a haunch of meat off and begins to chew it heartily, and the juice is just running down his face. And he's got a kind of a curious look. And Roderick, give me an insight roll, and you can add a bonus die. You've seen toughs before and brutes, and this guy has the look, and you're sizing him up.
They're wearing armor.
It's hard to tell. They've got these woolen cloaks on, but they do have and like a woolen shirt and pants, but it looks a little bulky, like maybe they've got some armor on under there. Roderick, this guy, he's got a predatory look in his eyes. You see him looking over your camp and looking at the things you have, and he's eyeing the donkey. And while the other guy's kind of talking and being nice, you can see this guy sort of making an appraisal of what's here.
Well, I'll have my hand on my sword hilt, but I won't do anything, just simply keep my eye on him.
The little guy says, you'll forgive me, I've not had the opportunity to introduce myself. And he walks over to Wendelin and says, name's Duggan. Pleasure to meet you. This big one here, well, we just call him Bruce. It's short for Brewster, but Bruce sounds much more pleasant. Bruce, smile for the girl. And the big guy bares his teeth. It's not a smile, he's just kind of peeling back his lips, almost like a snarl at Wendelin. And he says, lass, Bruce has a wonderful talent. Would you like to see it?
I'm very cautious now, and I might, if I think there's any sort of danger, I might suffer from my dark secret, if you want to take a look at that.
Yeah, let me take a look at that.
This is going to be good.
Because I'm totally going to use that now. Let's see.
And
Oh, yeah. Okay.
if I'm wondering if I notice anything, because I've got a great spell that would be perfect in this situation.
Yeah, give me an insight roll. Well, insight if you're trying to determine based on their behavior. Scouting if you're looking for something specific.
I'm looking for like ill intent. Can I sense that they're
Insight for sure for that.
sort of like what Orwin was looking up, or Orvin, like that they're like casing our sight.
Yeah, do you want to push that? There we go. Nice. As you're watching, a sinking suspicion begins to hit you, and you feel almost your guts sink, and that's the damage to your wits as you realize these guys here mean trouble.
Yeah. Then I would like to silently, if I can, or stealthily under my breath, I have this spell called Befoul,
Okay.
which says, or can I just send it to chat so you
Yeah,
can
you
see it?
just send it to chat.
Where I can let death and decay seep into food.
Ooh.
I can defoul the food they've just been eating, making it poison.
Ooh. Yeah. Do you want to cast that?
Yeah, I'd like to while they're eating it,
Now,
and have it just turn into poison.
so with spells where it has an ingredient, you'll get a bonus for that. And so when you go to cast it, it'll give you an option for ingredient. You can check that because you've got food. It's not now the food that they ate. It's not rotted, so maybe that wouldn't count.
Oh, right.
So yeah, I'm going to say actually that wouldn't count in that case because the food's not rotten. Now, have you cast a spell in Forbidden Lands? Do you want to go over kind of how to do it?
It's been a while, but I have, but we did it months ago.
Yeah, so if you click on Befoul, it's going to come up and ask how many willpower you want to spend. Now, it'll cost you 1 for sure, but you can pump extra willpower in there. So you can pump, you can click on the willpower, you left click it, and it will add extra willpower there. It'll take away one of the little X's in the circles. And for every point of willpower you dump in is how many dice you will roll. Now, spells automatically work. They don't fail, but if you roll a skull, there's a mishap and there's no pushing. So you get a skull on the roll, there's going to be a mishap. You're a half elf, so you have psychic power, which will automatically bump it up. That's why if you click on it, it'll show 2 dice in power level 2 because you automatically get a free one. You can also do safe casting, which will reduce the number of dice you roll to reduce the risk. But the more this bumps up, you can see it affects the potency of the poison. So right now you've got power level of 2 if you go to cast. That would make a potency 6 poison. So I would roll 6 dice, and if any of those come up as 6s, as swords, that would be a successful poison. So if you bump that up to like level 3 or level 4, it can go up to like a potency 9 or 12 or so on. So how bad do you want to make this poison? Or how many willpower do you want to pump into it?
Yeah, if he rolls 6s, he can also get more power
Yes.
that way.
Yep. So yeah, any 6s will be an additional power level.
Okay, so you're saying I should put 2 more in?
If you want, that would make it at least 12. So.
Gotta be careful with magic, right, Luke?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you can't instantly die. By the way, just saying.
Yeah. No, I do. I am aware that I can be sent to another dimension.
Yep. Nerdrum, we hardly knew ye.
Yeah, that's why I do already have a backup ready to go. Well, yeah, I'll put in two power, or 2 willpower. Yeah. So yeah, let's see what happens here. Uh-oh.
Oh. All right. So it's power level 5. So it goes off, and it's going to be a potency 15 poison. Now,
That's powerful.
That's powerful. There will also be a mishap. Let's do the mishap first. If you want to click on roll mishap.
Right, because it can backfire.
Oh, okay. So
That one happens so often. I've seen that like a dozen times probably. I feel like that happened in all of our one-shots for sure.
So
That's funny because he added to the rotting meat by causing disease.
Disease on everyone.
Yeah. Oh, true.
So let me.
Sorry, guys.
Well, everyone at arm's length. I'm going to say there's 2 people at arm's length, and I'm going to roll to see who it are. It's not going to be Orvin because he was away making camp. Let me see who it's going to be. It's going to be you and. Let me roll some dice here. So I'll roll Nerdrum. It's you. Roderick is 1. Sirach is 2. Wendelin is 3. So it's going to be Sirach and...
I'm sorry.
You guys might recover. And Wendelin. So Wendelin and Sirach, you'll both be exposed to a disease. I'm going to roll for the disease.
Great, I'm gonna die of
Oh no, it's already rolled.
backwoods syphilis.
So the virulence is 8. So let me roll 8 die. 8d6.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Guess
no.
what?
Oh,
No effect.
No effect. Let's roll for the poison. 15d6.
Only 1?
Only 1.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, let me hit them with this. So they'll take 1. I gotta look this up for poison.
Well, I think they're supposed to roll against it.
Yeah, they're
with
endurance.
endurance. Yep.
So let me let's just make sure we.
And I think if I understand correctly, they automatically take one.
They
But if
do.
they fail, that's when they start taking more.
So if this was we'll say a lethal poison, so they'll roll for endurance. If the poison wins, they suffer the full effect. If they win, it's the limited effect. So limited is 1 point of damage to strength. Full effect is 1 point of damage to strength each round until they're broken. So let me roll for these guys. So endurance. Here's the first one. Is he gets 1 success. This is Duggan. And then the second one, this is Bruce. He gets 2 successes, so they both lose 1 point of strength. Excellent. They start to heave and gag, and you see a murderous look come over their eyes. What kind of deer is this? This is shite, this is.
It's
I shot it myself.
Cut it yourself. Bruce, teach them some manners. And we're going to go to a map here. Let's see, is this the map I want? No, let's do...
Did you mean to roll those dice privately?
Yes, 'cause I don't want you to see who they are.
Oh, okay.
You'll know now, it says bandit. So yeah, they are bandits. Let me take us to, where is it? River, that's the one. Alright, so we are near a river, and I'm going to grab these 2 guys. Now, this is just theater of the mind. We're actually not on either sides of the river, but just to give you something nice to look at, let me drag your tokens out here. Orvin,
No offense, mister, but you look really bad.
Orvin's a little bit further off. In fact, Nerdrum, Sirach, and Wendelin, you guys are close together. And then Roderick, you're probably a little bit spaced away from them. That's why you weren't affected by the disease. All right, let me mark off a point of strength for each of them. And we'll jump into initiative. Let me grab the tokens. Alright, if you go to the 2 crossed swords on Foundry, you can draw a card. So in Forbidden Lands, unlike Dragonbane, if you want to swap initiative, you have to do it at the start of the round. You can't do it on your turn in the round. Does anyone want to swap initiative? Otherwise,
Roderick would like to switch with... if no one wants to switch, he'll just switch with one of the bandits and let them approach first.
Okay.
I think it's only allies you can switch with.
Yeah, unless you do a feint, then you can switch.
Orvin would switch if you want. Sorry.
You want to swap with Orvin?
Yeah, he'll switch with Orvin then.
Because he just needs to catch up anyway, so
Right.
that makes sense.
All right. Anyone else want to switch? All right, Orvin, you're up first.
Alrighty. Well, then yeah, he's just going to move up as much as he can.
So you
We're
can
around
get
the
up
fire,
to,
right?
Yeah, so there's a fire kind of in between us. Let me draw the fire here. We'll say the fire is this little
Because they're not that far.
looks
I
like a
don't
cat.
think.
Yeah, they're probably they're not at arm's length or near their short range, which would be like 20 feet away or so.
That's some high art
I
there.
was gonna say that's a terrible fire. It looks like a cat. So Orvin, you can move up. That's your fast action. You have a slow action if you want to do something that takes a roll.
I wouldn't know what. He doesn't have any ranged weapons.
Okay. Then we can switch to Nerdrum. You're up. You can
Yeah, I
move.
might do another.
If you want to approach them, that would be like your fast action to get up to where you're near to them. Double move, you could be to arm's length.
I was gonna do another spell.
Okay.
Ghoulish glare. I was gonna try to freak him out
Oh, nice.
and do some damage to their empathy, I guess. Oh wait. So I hit
Let me
this, and
change this.
I'm not gonna add any willpower to this one. Just
So it goes off. That's going to do 2 points of damage. Are you targeting Duggan or Bruce? Let me change his name.
Probably maybe the bigger one.
So Bruce. Okay.
Yeah.
Bruce takes 2 points to empathy.
So imagine I take on, suddenly my appearance I suddenly look like I'm like 10 feet tall, and like my face looks like a skeleton, and my eye sockets go in and like have teeth in them and something like that, and it scares the hell out of them or something.
Bruce breaks. So when you do this, Bruce drops his club and takes a few steps backwards, and you've broken his wits.
Nice.
Well done.
Well done.
It's Bruce's turn. He can't do much but just babble, and he looks at Duggan, and he's stammering like he's trying to apologize, and he just takes a short step back, almost falling backwards. Roderick.
Well, I will draw out my sword and approach Duggan.
Okay. So I think I said you guys were... So this group here, they are at near range. You're probably at short range, so you'd have to... You could move up to the group. That would be essentially moving to near range to get to arm's length to hit with your sword. It would be a double move, and that would be your turn.
Well, I'll just stay here then.
You don't want to stand and defend Wendelin and the others?
Well, I'm sure they'll see that I am the target they'd likely want to attack. I'll let them approach me. I will simply draw my sword.
Okay. Wendelin.
Okay. I've got my staff in my hand, but I don't have it equipped. Let me...
On your sheet. If
Yeah.
you go to your gear,
Okay.
yeah, just drag it
Yeah,
from
I got
your
it.
backpack up.
I got it. So I am within melee then, right?
Yeah, you'll have to do your fast action to move up to arm's length, and then you can hit him. So I'm going to move you, not on the
I
fire,
leap
but kind
across
of
the
close.
fire. Ooh. Okay. Oh, this is going to be pitiful.
Oh, so it wasn't your
Oh.
skill, it wasn't your attributes, it was the staff. The staff itself clocks in. Now,
Whack!
do you want to push that?
Hell yeah. I need power.
All right. Well,
Oh. Shit.
yeah, you can't take damage to your strength, but you hit him for 2 points of
Go.
damage to his strength. Wow.
She'll hold her hands out and she'll say, "Nobody stays."
And he's already down one.
Yeah. So, and he has 3 strength. So you crack him over the skull. Tell me how you drop him.
Just cracked him over the skull and say,
Oh.
"You bastard! We gave you food."
Yeah, rotten food. As I run over and disarm them.
Nice. You kick away the knives. Bruce falls to the ground, looking just dazed, kind of rubbing his face. He's got this 1,000-yard stare in his eyes. Let me have Sirach give me a scouting roll.
Oh dear.
Oh. Oh no.
Joe, can you give me a scouting roll?
Yep.
I don't know if you want to push that.
Let me take a look. Probably not wise because I only have 2 chances to succeed.
Right.
I have more chances to fail. So I do not push.
You do not. Roderick, since you didn't do anything other than take your hand or draw out your sword, give me a scouting roll. Do you want to push that?
No, I think I'm focused on the other 2 bandits that have mostly been taken care of.
Okay, 1 second. From the brush around your camp, you hear a commotion as 4 other bandits show up. They've got you essentially surrounded. Let me add them to the initiative.
I might have known.
Let's go to
You
the next round.
scoundrels.
Does anyone want to switch initiative? Actually, let me draw cards for these guys. Perfect. Okay, so bandit number 1 will actually go first. Now he's got a sling. Equip it. And a short sword. And he's going to fire off his sling. Now I'm going to roll 1 through 5 to see who he hits. 1 is Roderick, 2 is Nerdrum, 3 is Orvin, 4 is Wendelin, 5 is Sirach. Sirach, he goes after you. It would make sense as you're approaching Duggan. A sling fires out from the darkness of the shrubs nearby. You don't necessarily see it. You're not aware of it. If you want to use your reaction to try to dodge, you can.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to hit. It's going to do 1 point of damage. You want to try to dodge that?
I will.
Okay. That's a move roll.
Do you mean to still be rolling privately? Because we can't see
dang it.
these
Sorry.
rolls.
Yeah, let me switch that off. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
Lady.
Do you push that? Oh, there we
Hey.
go. Nice. You take a point of damage to agility, but not to your strength as you dodge deftly out of the way. Orvin, you're up.
Okay, I suppose Orvin probably saw that. Well, he might be focused on the other 2, but they're down.
Yeah, so this guy
um,
would have had to come out into the open to fire that sling,
Oh,
so
perfect.
you could see him.
Yeah, then he would just move up on that guy. I don't know how close those 2 are together, but he'd try to distract them both if he can.
Yeah, they're within a few feet of each other. So you can be arm's length to both of them.
Perfect.
Oof, nice. Do you push that or keep your damage?
I didn't get any fails on the sword, but I'm not going to push it.
Yeah, you don't
It's
wanna-
always a bad idea to push a melee attack roll.
Right? You don't want to destroy
Really?
your gear.
Yeah, I've seen legendary hammers destroyed, as a matter of fact, so I'm scared of that, yeah.
Nice.
Yes, you have.
Nerdrum, your turn.
Okay, I think I'm gonna target this guy coming up from
Okay.
behind me,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use my instead of a sword, I bought a short bow
Oh, nice.
because I have more agility, and so I'm gonna take a shot. Come on.
Ooh,
Ooh,
Not good.
ooh. Yeah, that's not.
that's a huge hit to your agility if you push that.
Yeah, I'm not. I can't.
Okay.
Can't. That's it.
This guy here has a sling that he is going to use, and I will roll to target. Again, 1 is Roderick, 2 is Nerdrum, 3 is Orvin, 4 is Wendelin, and 5 is Sirach.
I'm on the ground, by the way.
Oh, you're on the ground? Okay.
Yeah, because dodge.
Yeah, it
Dodge.
drops you unless you lose 2 dice or something,
Select.
right?
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
In fact, I think I can make you prone. That will help. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be on Nerdrum.
Okay.
Sling fires in. Now you,
Ouch.
yeah. Now you have not used your fast action. You've used your slow action. If you want to use your fast action, you can do the same thing. You can try to dodge. You drop to the ground.
Yeah. I will do that.
Nice. Yeah.
Whew.
You
Oh,
managed
wow.
to avoid it. Bruce is beginning to weep at seeing Duggan unconscious, and he's still not talking, but he's looking at him and just clearly out of his element. This guy here, that's behind everyone else, he is going to charge, and let me give him his weapons. And he's going for Roderick. And Roderick, he comes in with a short sword aimed right at your neck. And that's going to be a hit. Now you can try to parry this. You can try to dodge. That'll be a fast action. Or you can take the hit and trust to your armor to try to protect you.
So I forget, armor doesn't work like Dragonbane. How does it work?
You will click on your armor to roll dice. And if you roll 6s, it will eliminate the 6s that he scored. And I think with your armor...
And does it use your turn to evade?
No, it's a... So you have a fast action and a slow action. A slow action is like swinging your sword. A fast action is like moving. Basically things that don't necessarily require a roll. But you can also use a dodge or a parry as a fast action, which there is a roll on that. So then you could still hit him on your turn with your slow action.
Yeah, I'd like to parry as my fast action then.
Okay. Now there is a trick to parrying. It depends on like what you're parrying, what sort of weapon you're being attacked with, and whatnot. So if you're parrying with a weapon, he's coming in with a slash, so there's no bonuses or penalties to that. So you can just go ahead and make a roll with your short sword.
Be able to click on that.
Yeah, I think you can click parry on the bottom. So you succeed.
Yep.
And in fact, I think that does a damage to him. I think your parry is basically a counterattack. And let me just double check.
I don't think so.
I may be thinking of a different game. Yep, any excess have no effect. Sorry about that. So, but you managed to parry that blow and take no damage. The clang of sword on sword resounds through the clearing. And Roderick, he's left himself open to attack if you want to weigh into him with your longsword. Whew. 1 success. And he used his fast action to move up, so he can do nothing, so you hit him for 2 damage.
He has no armor.
Yeah, no armor. Just clothes. Alright, this one here, he's going to go after Nerdrum, and he has a short sword as well.
Oh, no.
Or sorry, Orvin, not Nerdrum.
I was gonna say.
Goes after Orvin. And, ooh, that's a hit.
Okay.
Orvin, what do you do?
I will parry that.
Nice. 1 free parry. Doesn't count as an action. Go ahead and roll a parry. And you got it.
Nice.
Well done. Wendelin, your turn.
Gwendolyn will shoot at... Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. This guy up here, she's going to switch to her bow.
Good call. He's a little hurt. Not
Yep.
much, but a little.
Throw on my sharpshooter. They must take you bastards.
You got him. Do you want to push that and potentially bump that up a
Nope.
bit? Take a little damage? Nope. All right.
Nope.
You hit him for 1. He is staggered, but he's not down. Sirach, you are prone. Do you want to get up?
The bandits, are they only slightly injured, right? As far as there's 4 that tried to surprise us, or
Yeah, 4
Only
that tried
3?
to surprise you, and this one here is damaged. The one next to Orvin is not. This one is damaged, and this one over on the far right is undamaged. The closest to death is this guy right here.
all right. I think we're gonna have to cast a spell,
Okay.
and it's an automatic mishap.
Ooh, you're bumping it up.
Immolate.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Animal.
You see him turn into a grizzly bear,
Nice.
and I forgot to give you a heads up ahead of time because I probably need like some different forms.
Yeah,
Like
I'll have
if you-
to get some
Yeah.
some tokens. I might have a bear token. Let me see if I've got one.
And that changes my stats.
I do have a bear.
Gwendolyn's never seen anything like this, and she's like, "Holy shit! A bear!"
Neither have I. What the hell?
Orvin wasn't looking, so suddenly there's just a bear in the camp.
Is it possible to
scary.
learn this power?
Well, I gotta roll the mishap first because it might
Yeah.
back.
The bear just disappears, yeah.
Is there a table that I can roll?
Yes. I'll put it into the chat for you. Let's see, mishaps. Oh, let's travel. What is magic? I've got foraging, hunting. If not, I'll just. Oh, there it is. Magic mishaps.
Yeah, I don't want them to act impressed unless there's actually some sort of level of success with it.
Will it let you roll that there?
Says I do not have permission. Wait a minute.
We'll try
Wait
it
a minute.
again. I just changed the
Yeah,
ownership on it.
All right, here we go.
Oh, 1 point of damage to your strength. And then
Not bad.
let me get your bear token. We'll get you ownership of this.
Now that's your call if I take the strength to my human form
Ye-
or if I take it to the bear form.
I'm going to say to your human form as part of becoming a bear.
I should say humanoid form.
Yeah. So there is our bear. I'm going to make this token of you invisible, and you can move your. You should have access to your bear. Oh no! Let me try it again.
Okay.
Ownership. Owner. There. Now you should be able to access your bear.
I got it.
So on your turn, I'll just have you do the bear.
Yep.
Perfect. So now you are a bear.
And that's all my actions because I used my fast. Yep.
So Duggan does nothing. He's down. We go back. Anyone want to switch initiative?
No.
All right. Bandit's going after Orvin. Laying into you with his short sword. And there's one hit on Orvin.
Ooh,
Ooh, do you push your parry? You'll take a hit to strength either way.
that is true. And I want willpower. I think I will.
Yeah, it might be
Yeah.
worth
And that was my defender parry, by the way, not my action.
Okay,
Oh, there you go.
nice.
Oh,
Ooh.
strength.
Little boo boo, but a lot of willpower.
But you did parry it, and then you'll just and it should have automatically done that one to your strength. And then it's your
Yep.
turn, Orvin. You've got your fast and slow action.
Yeah, he's just gonna keep laying into this guy. He's parried the other one. Missed that. Oh no, he didn't miss that parry. Pushed it.
Yeah.
A little bit hurt now. Not quite so effective, but he does better this time. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Jesus.
All right. He's got to try to parry that, if at all possible.
And none of these guys have armor, right?
No armor, so he's screwed here.
Nope.
No, it blocks one of it, but he'll take 3 damage. He will take a critical. No, he won't. He's just broken. I'm going to mark him as defeated. Let's see.
Yeah, he's unconscious or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Maybe I just whacked him over the head with the short sword.
Well, in this game, you don't. It's weird because you disable people. You don't kill them.
Then you have to kill them doing a coup de grace.
Right.
So
Which is an empathy check, right?
Right, you have to fail it in order to do it.
Right.
So he is
Pretty bad at empathy.
For all intents and purposes, he is down.
Right. He's out of the fight.
But he's not technically dead. Nerdrum, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at this guy again with the bow.
Okay. No.
Wow, nothing.
Do you push it?
Yeah, this time I will push it. I would like to hit something.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, yes, you did.
It's a good shot.
And you're going after this guy by Roderick.
Yep.
He's going to have to try to dodge. No. How do you drop him?
Right to the throat.
Nice. Arrow to the throat. He hits the deck. Broken.
Classic.
This guy
He's
here.
like, "Oh."
This guy's going to go after the bear. He sees that bear and just panics and will fire a sling at the bear.
Bad idea, guy.
Yeah. Does nothing. Bruce does nothing. Okay, this guy he's down. Roderick, you're up.
Well, I will attack this other bandit to the side of me.
Do you want to push that to try and get more damage?
No, that's sufficient.
Okay. He will try to parry that. And he parries it successfully.
Whoa.
He will then lay into Roderick with his own short sword. And that's a hit on Roderick. Now, you didn't use your fast action if you want to parry that or dodge, or you can take the hit. Yeah, the clang of steel on steel again as he's unable to get through your defense. Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn is going to shoot at the guy clear to the right.
Okay. Oh, good hit. Your skill in marksmanship is what came through. He will try to dodge that. And he'll drop to the ground. No, he takes a hit, hits the ground. I'll mark him prone and mark him off 1 point of damage. Nice. Arrow sticks him in the leg or some such. Bear, your turn.
Is he within move distance?
Yeah, yep, you could get to him.
I want to know how the bear's going to not kill him.
I'm going to try to maul him.
Nice. Yeah, being prone, I think it'll automatically give you a bonus on that.
Oh,
You paw at him. That's actually enough. 2 damage will do it. How do you break his strength?
Savagely go for the jugular.
Nice. That guy's down. Orvin, your turn.
Yeah, all right. Well, just keep swinging at this fellow. That was a hell of a parry he did last round.
Yeah.
I'm glad he saved that for the parry and not when he hit me.
Right? And he cannot parry this, so you hit him for 1. Do you want to push it and make more?
No, I won't push it.
Okay. Nerdrum, your turn.
so I'll switch my targeting to him then.
Yeah, he's the only guy left.
Yeah. And I'll aim my bow and fire.
Ooh, do you push? You could damage your bow if those come up skulls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if your black dice come up with a skull and it's pushed, then it's damage to the weapon. And it can be repaired with a crafting roll, but if you fail that, then it's permanent damage to the weapon.
Don't push in melee.
Yeah, I'm not going to push. You just scared the crap out of me.
Right? Let's see, this guy's down. Roderick, you're up next.
Well, another sweep with my sword.
Whoa. It's a lot of
That's
dice.
a lot of dice. That'll be 2 hits and 3 damage. He has to... oh no, he already tried to parry. Roderick, how do you do it?
Yes, it's an upward slash that severs his, or I guess it would cut through his tunic or whatever he's wearing and deal the critical blow.
Excellent. With that, a quiet falls over the camp, except for the bear that's over there just tearing that guy to shreds. Duggan and Bruce and about half of the bandits are still alive. The rest will most likely succumb to their injuries. What do you do with them?
Let's loot the bodies and get the hell out of here.
So looting them, they've got slings and short swords. Let me grab those. Sling. And sword.
Recalling my experience as a blacksmith, are these short swords of decent make, or are they pretty poor workmanship?
These look like they have done work. These are not, bandits that have just started yesterday. These guys have likely been road agents for quite some time. Let me grab this.
Oh, do I have to roll something for having shot arrows?
Yeah, so you'll roll on your... You should have a resource die for arrows.
Yeah, because I bought a bunch of arrows.
Yep, so go ahead and roll that on the gear. 1s or 2s, and
Okay.
it will drop. Nope, you're good on arrows.
I bought enough to get me up to D12.
Excellent. If it's a sling, it's just assumed you can find rocks wherever you are.
Right.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Excellent. So you also find silver. You find this many silvers. 7 silver.
Nice.
They also have some cloaks. Let me grab a cloak.
the kind of cloaks that would they actually keep you warm if we were someplace really cold?
They would probably help somewhat. It's something that it's in the summertime, maybe not quite so important. But if there's rain, there's a downpour, you'll probably want one. Or if it does get cold, it may help you. Not as much as like a blanket or a sleeping fur, but it would definitely be better than nothing. And even if you were to sell it in town, they're worth about 2 silver. Cloaks they're very hard wearing, and they're things that people value.
As soon as the last guy goes down, Gwendolyn like jumps up in the air, punching her fist in the air, hipping and hollering, "Whoa, did you see that?"
Do you leave these people here to recover, or do you put them down? These are bandits. They're preying on folk. Do you care if they fall upon others? Would that weigh heavily on your conscience?
I think definitely Dugan, the duplicitous one who lied to us, Orvan's moving over to him.
Yeah. Doesn't matter to me either way.
If you want
Leave them out
to,
for the other bandits to see.
Nothing like a head on a pike staff to convince others not to do it. If you want to take him out, it's a coup de grace to kill him outright. You have to fail an empathy roll. Even if the roll fails, you have to spend a willpower point, and you suffer a point of damage to empathy, because killing in cold blood is not as easy as you think. Unless you have the cold-blooded talent, then there's no problem there.
Yes.
Nice, you failed it. So you will
I
still
did.
need to spend a willpower, and you'll take a point of empathy damage. But yeah, tell me how you... Is this the first person you've basically killed that's not trying to kill you back at the moment? He's defenseless.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the first person he's killed in cold blood. He just hacks his head off. Yes, probably takes a minute with the short sword, but yes. In fact, he has a short spear. I think he would set that up, put it in the middle of the camp, put his head on the spear, and just leave that as a warning.
Nice. How do you receive this? Seeing Orvan do this, is it like, I would have done the same thing, or does this concern you at all?
He did it to himself.
Yep.
Well, we could take the hands of the others. Awfully hard to rob travelers without hands.
Oh, well said.
And it doesn't say there's any empathy roll for that, so...
That is dark. I like it.
You take their hands off?
Yes, I think I do.
So, Roderick, as you are lopping off hands, what do you do with the hands? You just throw them in the river, or leave them there?
Well, perhaps there's a town's guard. They might be worth coin if we were to show that we collected the hands of bandits.
Well, how can we prove they're bandits?
Yeah,
Well,
they
they'll
might be
just
just
have
like,
to-
you're psychotic. Get
No,
out
they'll
of
just
here.
have to take our word for it, I suppose. But you're probably right. Perhaps we should just leave them for the birds.
Leave them out around the campfire with the head. It'll be great.
Tie the hands to a length of rope, and then put double the rope around their neck so that they're carrying
Oh.
their hands around their necks. This is a little too
it's a
dark
very,
for Gwendolyn.
This is
Clever
really
idea.
gotten dark here.
Gwendolyn.
You guys are sick bastards.
Right?
They blind rats.
You want me to write on a piece of paper, like, bandits go home or something like that, and we'll stick it to them? I have
Could.
ink and parchment.
Ooh.
By the way, I can't contribute because I have to cast a spell again to change
Yeah,
back.
it's still a bear. So that brings us to another point. There's no sign of Sirach, but there's this bear that is just ripping the windpipe out of this bandit laying on the ground. Gwendolyn, you've kind of taken a friendship with Sirach. What do you think of that?
You have many secrets, my friend.
Roar, he says. Do you stay a bear for the next little while, or do you shift back?
Yeah, I would have to cast a spell again. So that's something we'll have to talk out of
Yeah.
the session about, because for now I'm going to stay a bear.
Okay. It's going to be awkward trying to get into town as a bear, but it is doable.
Well, they can fashion a leash, maybe.
Yeah, how do you guys propose getting the bear into the hollows?
Or leaving me out of the hollows, I guess, would be.
Well,
Gwendolyn will approach him and, like, with her hand out, like as if silently asking for approval to touch him, as she's never touched a bear before.
Give me an animal handling roll, Gwendolyn, as you're not exactly sure where they like to be petted, and you're maybe not exactly sure this is still Sirach in there. Maybe he's always been a bear. Yeah, you think, just don't touch him in the eyes or ears or near the face, but, on the haunches or something should be fine, or on the shoulder.
And she'll whisper, "We'll name you Bartholomew."
See, now we don't need a donkey. We can just put all the gear on Bartholomew and let Bartholomew carry the tent and everything.
With that naming, he bites down firmly, but not to draw blood.
Ooh.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So you know that he doesn't approve of the name.
It should be Bartholomew anyway.
Oh,
Right.
how did I miss that?
As
About
you,
Roscoe.
oh, there we go. As we leave the campsite behind us, we can now smell the smell of civilization. It's cook fires, cooked food, sweaty bodies. You can smell life and a town and people, and it's not far from here. It's just maybe a mile or so walk to get into this place. Do you take any preparations before you head into the town? Let's go to
Might want to. Do we have any blood on us? Might want to wash that off.
yeah.
Or something.
Does anyone need any healing or anything? Anyone? I don't think anyone really took a hit, other than by pushing rolls.
Yeah, I've got all kinds of healing I can do.
Because you have willpower.
Yeah.
Let me open up the hollows as we travel there.
On walk, Gwendolyn will kind of voice that, she kind of got taken in by those guys and realizes she does need to be more careful.
So naive.
Better to make friends.
Let's go to the hollows.
That looks cool.
Now we approach from the southwest,
Southwest. Yep.
right down here. And as we get close, you can see that there's a gate. Gates are, the road enters the village by way of a massive iron-bound gate made of oak, and the gate has a shutter. Next to the gate, there's a copper bell attached to a wall. Now, the gates are open during the day and presumably closed at nightfall. And if you arrive at night, you probably would ring the bell. Maybe you've never seen a walled city before, but there's a wall all the way around this. Now, it's not a tall wall, but definitely there. This isn't going to keep out an army of sorts. You could probably climb over it without much effort, but there's also a watchtower. Old and worn stone towers, almost as tall as two men. The towers don't seem to have any interior space. It's basically stone blocks piled on top of each other. On the parts not covered by rose bushes and moss, you make out the remains of beautiful reliefs cut into the stone blocks. Now there's a soldier stationed right by the gate, and he looks like he's not exactly paying good attention. He's essentially looking at his feet. He's got a spear in one hand, kind of looking at his feet, looking off in the distance. He sees you all approaching. He makes no move to bar your way. You can see off in the distance a large mountainous area, maybe call it a hill. Looks very rugged and steep. You could probably try to climb up the backside, but it looks really rough. You would need climbing gear to get up there and then descend into the village. So the wall does not continue on above that. But the gate here is open. You can also see the stream seems to cut through part of the town as well.
Well, I will call out, "Hail and well met, friend. We have traveled here. This is the Hollows, I presume?"
Ah, well met indeed. Welcome to the Hollows to you. Tell me, are you here on business, or is it pleasure? What brings you here?
Well, truly neither. We're simply adventurers seeking to see what there is out there beyond our own town. It seems that your town is quite magnificent. Never seen a wall of stone like this before.
Oh, magnificent indeed. Where do you hail from, stranger?
Well, I myself come from Fairview, to the south, along the river.
Oh, well, does the river flow from your town to ours, or the other way?
Well, now that I think about it, I'm not really sure.
And it does flow from Fairview up here.
Well, it flows from Fairview to up here, it would seem.
Well, if you want to get some trade going between your place and ours, go talk to Yawim over at the Three Skulls Tavern. He's a bit of a boatsman. He's got some barges that he's trying to get some trade going by river. Maybe we could conduct something between your fine town and ours.
Yes, I believe someone, a peddler back in our town, had mentioned that he made good ale. Is that true?
Oh. If you tell him you're new in town, the first mug is on the house.
Well, it definitely sounds like my sort of town. Thank you, good sir.
Now, let me tell you one thing, though. Are you going to be here in the evening, or just will your stay only be during the daylight hours?
Well, I should think that we might spend a few days here. I'm not really sure how long we'll be in town.
Oh, marvelous. Wonderful. Well, you enjoy your stay. The night air is very fine indeed, very fine. I think you'll find it most bracing.
Well, thank you.
Now, if you need a place to stay, the Dead Man's Hand, it's an inn. They have ale there as well. Not quite as fine as Yawim's beer, but it's still quite good. But they'll have rooms to let there. Center of town, you can't miss it, near the well.
Yes, well, much obliged to you.
Of course. Welcome to the Hollows. And as you walk through, let me play some medieval village sounds here. As you walk in, the village is a welcome sight. A bunch of well-to-do houses are standing close together, slightly obscured by billowing chimney smoke. You hear the sounds of children playing and catch the smell of fresh bread. When you get closer, you can see that low stone wall that encircles the small settlement. You see a wooden sign near the gate. It's planted near the road that says, "Welcome to the Hollows. Drink from our tankards, eat from our bowls, but honor the dead walking by our sides." And as you enter into the Hollows, let me move our token up a little. In through the gates, you see just up ahead of you there is a bridge, and the bridge crosses the river. It looks like it's a solid stone bridge. It crosses the creek that snakes through the village. It looks like it's hundreds of years old. It's covered by moss and algae. The foundation has crumbled, and in some places it looks like it's been repaired using stone and mortar. But before you reach the bridge, on either side, you see the Three Skulls Tavern. Now, there are two buildings here that are marked as Three Skulls Tavern. One is a mill, which is right... let me grab the right thing. This is the mill right here. Right next to where you're standing, that's the tavern itself. You can see a few people wandering around town on the other side of the bridge, and you could hear the boisterous sounds of folk inside the tavern just to your right.
Well, perhaps we could head into the tavern. Wendelin, you could finish telling me that tale about Hagash Hollow. You never finished it.
Oh, no, I've moved on. Did you see how I killed that guy with one whack of my staff?
Oh, I don't believe I did. You'll have to regale me.
That's my new go-to story now.
The door to the Three Skulls Tavern opens, and you hear the sounds of folk inside. There is the Three Skulls is filled with music and laughter, and there are 3 small casks that hang in chains from the roof of the porch. A sign to the right of the door announces, "Welcome to Three Skulls. Dwarves and other beard gobs, don't bother."
He's got some against dwarves?
The gentleman holds the door open for you. "Well, are you coming or going?"
Come in, sir.
Come in indeed. Step up to the bar. Meet Yawim, Beermeister Extraordinaire. And as you walk into the Three Skulls Tavern, the scene fades down to dark, and that's where the session will end. When we pick it up next time, we will be in the Village of the Hollows. But we got to do some experience points. Now, Forbidden Lands uses a system, like most of the Free League games, there's a questionnaire, and I've actually got it under the Journals tab. You'll see End of Session, XP, and Reputation. So here's the questionnaires. Did you participate in the session? You get 1 XP just for being here. Did you travel through at least 1 hex on the game map that you had not visited before? That's a yes for everybody. Did you discover a new site? Yes, the Hollows. Did you defeat 1 or more monsters? We did not fight a monster. Did you find a treasure of 1 gold or more with all the silver and the loot that we found from the bandits? That would be yes. We did not do anything with a stronghold. No one activated their pride. Dark secret. Now, you don't have to tell anyone what your dark secret is. If you suffered from your dark secret during the session, that's another experience point. Did you risk your life for another PC? I don't know that there was necessarily anyone that risked their own safety for someone else. I think everyone was just defending themselves and others, but I don't think anyone put their own life in danger. And did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? Now, I'm inclined to say yes with the bear, because that was extraordinary for everyone. You have not seen this before, and that's kind of a big deal. So you can sum up how many experience points you earned tonight. Everyone gets at least 1. You can put that on your character sheet. There's a spot for it. And then if you want to spend the XP, you can only spend it during a quarter day when you rest or sleep. Now, we're here in a village. We'll be essentially resting in the tavern, in the town. If you wanted to spend some today, I would let you. So to increase a skill level by 1 step costs a number of XP equal to the skill level you want to attain multiplied by 5. So to go from 1 to 2 would cost you 10, from 2 to 3 would cost you 15. To learn a new skill costs you 5, but you must also have either used the skill and succeeded or be instructed by a teacher. So if you used a skill that you have no levels in, you could spend 5 XP to bump that up. For talents, you can increase your rank in a talent by 1 step. That's costs you XP equal to the rank multiplied by 3. So to go from 1 to 2 would cost you 6 XP. To learn a new talent would cost you 3. It requires a quarter day of practice and a successful wits roll. If you fail, you keep the XP and can try again next quarter day. If there's a teacher that has the talent, there's no roll needed. And you can only learn professional talents from your own profession and never kin talents. Magic is far more expensive. If you have a teacher, great. Without a teacher, the cost for increasing the rank in a magic talent or learning a new one is tripled. So to learn rank 2 spells in a talent without a teacher would cost you 18 experience points. And then reputation, we did not kill a prominent NPC or a feared monster, didn't find anything legendary, nothing in the adventure site, nothing about major powers or strongholds. So anyone want to spend XP?
Yes, I'm going to go from rank 1 to rank 2 in Path of Healing
Excellent.
for 6. Or, yeah, 6.
Yeah, so it costs you that times 3, so it'd be 6 to go to rank 2 in Path of Healing. And someone else said yes. Who was that?
That would be 6 times 3.
Yeah, 6 times.
Right.
If you don't have a teacher, it'd be 6 times 3. It'd be 18. Yeah, so it's in the. Let's see.
To go to rank 2?
Yes.
18 for rank 2. Wow.
And that's with
Well, I'm gonna
with
have
magic talents. If it's not a magic talent, it would be 6. But
Right.
magic talent, it is
Okay.
tripled, and that's without a
So-
teacher. It's tripled.
Yeah. If anybody wanted to learn those skills, I put them in the chat. Orvin can teach. Defender is particularly useful.
Yes, it is.
In fact, I think I would like to upgrade Defender to rank 2. That was 6 points.
Yes. And then you need to make. Let's see. Oh no, because it's not a new one.
It's learning a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 points to go to rank 2 in Defender. But if anyone
It's
wants
only-
to learn Defender, if you have a teacher, you don't need to make a wits roll. It will just take like a quarter day of practice, and would cost you the 3 experience points. Or if anyone wants to learn Quartermaster as well.
So I wanted to learn the next rank in my magic.
So without a teacher, it would cost you 18 experience points.
Yeah, I have that
Nice.
because I have the XP from
From
the
2
one
previous
shots.
sessions. Yep. Perfect. You can do it.
So how do I fill that? What do I?
So I think you just add the spells to your sheet because I don't think anything on your.
Okay.
So let me. Oh, so
Yeah,
hit,
I'd al-
edit, hit edit with the path, and then you can change it to 2. The edit button on the talent.
let me see. I don't see the. Let me add the talent on there. I don't see the talent on yours.
Oh, he doesn't have the talent?
And it's the death magic.
Yeah.
Let me grab that talent. You
All right,
should
gents,
have. There it is. I just never put it on your sheet.
As I'll see in 2 weeks. And Brandon, I guess we can discuss some of the details.
Yeah, in between now and then, just let me know any like what like animal forms and stuff, and I'll have those ready for you.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome.
And I'm going to try to find somebody in town who can maybe train me.
So I'll say leave that for next session. If you want to teach each other, we've had enough time kind of on the road and here,
Okay.
in the tavern to do that. But if you want to learn something from someone in town, I'm going to wait till you meet them. So I've got your Path of Death bumped up. Ubik, let me add the rank 3 spells because you can now cast those.
Okay. Yeah, I figured I wasn't gonna meet Path of Death people in this town.
Yeah, probably not. So it's gonna. I mean, you never
call.
know. You never know. Death magic. Let's see.
All right, I'll see everybody in 2 weeks.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah.
Joe. We'll see you.
Alrighty.
Have a good
Thanks,
night.
everybody.
Thank you.
dead, speak to the dead, steal life.
I did. I had already updated my sheet, but I won't cast at rank 2. I'll decrease that.
Oh, you're already signed off. I can, or do you need me to fix something for you?
Nope.
Okay. Perfect. What
Okay.
about now? You as well. We'll see you in 2 weeks for this game. And Ubik, you won't be here, correct?
Yeah, next week I'm not going to be here. I'll be out of town. Sorry.
Okay. If another person misses, I will go ahead and postpone the session. Otherwise, we'll probably press on if just one person misses. You'll mostly miss a lot of NPCs and chatting and stuff in town. Maybe not hugely important to the campaign, but we'll kind of see how it goes. So,
Right.
Awesome. Thanks everybody. I had a blast. You guys are great. We'll see you next time.
Yep. Thank
Yeah,
you.
All right.
everyone.
Take care.
Bye bye.